Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. Do you think James Gunn reboot the DC universe properly?
This answer your question.
Oh my God! James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn.
Hey, Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Woo! Honey. Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Skywalker the Jedi tapping in with y'all again. We are live, you dig? And we live a little bit early today. And I think y'all gonna like why. I think you guys are gonna enjoy why I'm streaming early today. You dig? And that is because we doubling up on the streams tonight. Yes, we doubling up on the streams tonight. We got a double feature today, people. Yes. We have a double feature coming today. And we got a surprise coming for y'all later this evening. I will be doing a full review of this movie, yo. But we're not here to talk about that right now. I promise I'm going to be nice right now. As nice as I can be right now. Much love to everybody out there, yo. We got the homie Mysterious Stranger in the chat. We got Nathan in the building. Right? We got Dennis Medina, the Curly Ray. We got Philip in the house. What's going on? Austin. We got Toy Mafia in the house. We got Asthmatic in the building. What's going on? We got Mama Bear Doll. Thank you for being here, Mama Bear. Right? Yeah. Hold up. We got I think I missed somebody. CY98 in the house. We got the homie Floyd Lawton. Yeah, homie, we got an evening stream, dog. Yeah, man, we getting to it early today, right? Because we doubling up. We got the Bat Channel in the building. What's going on? TBC. What's going on? W Mir. Much love, bro. We got Josh Herrera in the house. What's going on, Josh Herrera? Much love, bro. We got Andrea in the house, or Andrea, I think it is, right? W Necron. He said, many falling, twerking for the false hope. Not us, right, bro? Right? We got PRK in the building. What's going on, PRK? Much love. Thanks for stopping through. Right. He said, "Did someone clamp your eyelids open, bruh?" Nah, look, I'm gonna talk. We gonna have hey, work in progress said they would rather work than watch this movie. Crazy. We got Alan Belk in the house, right? Yeah, y'all smash that like button, man. Oh my god, bro. Whoo. What's going on, HMDS? Yo, I can't wait to see y'all thoughts on the movie. You know, I watched it today. I ain't about to say how I watched it. But y'all know how, right? Y'all know exactly how. But I ain't about to come on the internet and say how. But y'all know. And what's so crazy is you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go into that later. What's going on, HMDS, right? Because we ain't here to talk about that yet. This is the conversation before the conversation, right? Let's go ahead and get through the opening little rigmarole so we can get started with the show. Make sure you guys are hitting that like, share, subscribe, hitting that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live and all that good stuff. You dig? We trying to hit 5K before the end of the year. Definitely about to hit 3K pretty soon. And should be hitting that before the end of the month. You know what I mean? So shouts out to all y'all out there that's been rocking out this whole time, and shouts out to people that will be rocking out going into the future. We try to keep you guys entertained over here while giving some dope information at the same time. You dig? We are the creators, originators, founders, the pushers, whatever you want to call it, of the hashtag SellsZJL Sell Snyderverse to Netflix movement, which has been trying to get that DC arc concluded over on the Netflix platform, and have been using these two hashtags as the vehicle to do so. You dig? If you want to rock out with what we're doing, we only ask 3 rules of engagement while using these hashtags, which are: be positive, please don't mix them, and also please do not tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or anything of that sort anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one Mr. James Gunn. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Leon of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you would like to sponsor a stream, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gift memberships, anything of that sort, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the homie W Mir does on this one. You dig? And also remember that we about to rock out tomorrow, right? You know what I mean? You said, we got Josh. HMDS says, so far, everyone we know and trust has hated it. Hey, I don't want to say nothing. I'm not going to speak on it. You guys will probably be, because I know you're going to go see it pretty late. So y'all will probably be in the theater while I'm live, and hopefully y'all can watch my thoughts afterwards. And then I'm really looking forward to seeing what y'all got to say. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say, probably more than anybody else on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest. And you know, hey, I just want everybody's honest opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody got a lie to kick it. Ain't nobody got to come over here and placate us, right? That's not what we here for. We are here to have conversations and to live in reality, right? Like, for too long, the outside world and the internet have not mirrored one another, like, at all. You know what I mean? And a little bit more of the outside world and like reality has to start making its way into the internet, because if not, you see what happens. This shit just becomes like a cesspool, and it's crazy. is truly crazy, right? So yeah, we just looking for honest conversations over here for sure. We got CY98 with the $5 super chat saying, "Heart this super chat if you watched it through a camera." Hey, I can't heart super chats, at least not from where I am now. You know what I'm saying? But hey, for those of y'all that are in the chat, make sure y'all smash that heart and like that super chat. If that is in fact what you did, you know what I mean? For sure. I really appreciate the support. You know what I mean? Hold up. Where's that drop at? Where is that drop? Let's just go this way.
What are they doing here?
They're selling, Mortimer.
Well, that's ridiculous. Unless that crop report...
God help us!
I told you we shouldn't have committed everything, you asshole!
I gotta get Wilson and tell him to sell!
Wilson, where are you going?
You idiot! Get back in there at once and sell! Sell!
But
Right. W Mirror says, I saw it online. I stopped at a third. It's complete trash. Yo, I'll say this. I definitely understand what Grace Randolph meant when she said she had to will her way through it. I totally get it. And you know, who knows? She had to will her way through it, and she gave it a glowing review that has been echoed all throughout the internet, as I showed last night, right? And so who knows? I had to will my way through it too. Maybe we'll have come out on the same side of things. Who knows? Tune in later tonight, right? He said one thing is certain: Sky didn't watch it in one of them t-shirts, bro. I don't even own one of them t-shirts, bro. And I'll say this for sure, right? What I also didn't do is I didn't have a t-shirt sent to me, because how do they know where to send it to? Crazy. He said my T count started dropping. Bro, y'all dead, yo. Y'all gotta be dead, man. He said looking forward to, hey, bro. Look, man. Bro, I had to listen. In order to continue having these conversations, bro, I had to be the guinea pig, right? Because one thing that I have noticed is that, you know, because I knew so much about the movie, but didn't have like all of the context that I had needed. You know, when people come in here and they say, yo, you know, well, you don't know because you haven't seen it, right? At the end of the day, you know, even though I knew pretty much everything that was in this movie, I needed that context. So I'm here and we're going to talk about it later, right? Yeah. Hey, all good. Yo, much love to the Bat Channel. You know what I'm saying? Stopping through. He said, yeah, I'm trying to find a work-life balance between being a parent. Hey, congratulations, bro, on, you know, having a child, man. That's a super big step. And yeah, bro, just, you know, take all the time, because that's the most important job on the face of the earth. You know what I mean? Is that one. But look, I ain't even gonna stay super long. I just wanted to come have this conversation with you guys, right? Because when we're talking about these things, right, and y'all been seeing it, man. Y'all been seeing people come in my chat these last 2 weeks, right? And they have been adamant, hey man, this movie is gonna be the biggest thing in the world. is gonna blow Man of Steel out of the water. Hey, don't nobody care about Zack Snyder. They never did. Oh, the audience score. Bro, the movie hasn't even officially been released yet. And people sitting there talking, they trying to tout the audience score. When all it is at this point is that damn Amazon Prime screening, right? And, you know, that's pretty much about it, right? So, oh yeah, oh no, oh yeah, nah, thanks, Frank C. Yeah, people panicking, yo. People panicking because they know, like, yo, James Gunn can come out and he can make all the silly comments. And shout out to HMDS. I watched their video last night. As soon as I got out of the damn off the stream, yo, it was hilarious. Watch HMDS's video about about this movie not needing to make money. It's crazy, bro. He like, yo, you don't need to make 700 mil. It don't need to do these things. It's like, bro, what are we doing? He said people popping champagne like Hillary in 2016. This is crazy, bro, right? They over here trying to say, hey, man, it can make 500 million. It's all gonna be good. I saw somebody say that earlier. After, like, apparently a group that actually tracks and talks to the exhibitors, they said it had to make 900 something million. And then somebody came out like, actually, I think it was Daniel. He gonna come out, hey, actually, that seems a bit high. I think it has to make around 500 million. I'm like, bro, are you serious? 500 million is the goal? But y'all said Man of Steel was an underperformer in 2013. It is gonna make more money? This is crazy. They over here touting Man of Steel numbers in 2013, yo. He said doesn't have to make money to be successful. Good luck with that business model. Thank you. Right? Look, if I came to any one of you guys and was like, look, I'm trying to be a business partner, right? And here's my thing. We're going to make a whole bunch of money by spending more than we're going to take in. Right? Spending more than we're going to take in vast amounts, right? But we're going to make up for it in online engagement and people talking about our movie. So even though they're talking about it and not spending money, right, that makes it successful, right? Crazy. We got West Tribe 19 saying, hi, everybody. News from overseas. First day for Superman yesterday in France. 133,000 tickets sold. In comparison, Joker 2, first day, 131,000 tickets sold. Joker 1, 291,000 tickets sold. Peace. Shout out to West Tribe. Right? Necron says, so if 500 mil is the goal, then Black Adam is a major success for an unknown character. And it costs way less. But they told you Black Adam was a failure. This is crazy. You see how when you change the rules for one person, the entire house of cards comes down? This is why you can't change the rules like this. right? You can't say that fucking Superman, right, is successful with 500 million, right? Crazy. He said, "Sky, Man of Steel has made his budget back with product placement before hitting cinemas. Where is that news for this Superman? Hey, bro, ain't no making its budget back before it came out, right?" He said, "Black Adam, right? Hey, and guess what? And if Superman barely make more than Black Adam, then what does that mean? Then? If Black Adam was ass, right, and was such a failure." If Superman barely makes more than Black Adam, which that was the first Black Adam movie ever, if you walk around the world or around the street, you know what I mean? Nobody is, for the most part, is gonna know who Black Adam is. Nobody's gonna know about Kondak, bro. Nobody's gonna know about any of these things, right? Superman is the total opposite. He has one of the most recognizable symbols next to the cross. You guys understand that? Superman 2025 makes Black Adam look like Citizen Kane. That is actually a fact, right? But we about to get down to it. He said the goalpost movement is unreal, right? He said studios heavily favor actual word of mouth than box office openings in terms of is significance. What? So they would rather have people talking about the movie than making money from the movie. Is that what we're saying? Bruh, this is crazy. This is crazy. So now we have to say, hey guys, instead of people, right? It could be bad word of mouth, right? A lot of people are actually, you know, oh my god, bro. Bruh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Talk equals money in terms of social media and influence. Okay, cool. Cool, man. He's according to that Park Place article. Nope. Don't even get to that. Nope. We ain't about to do that. What up, Nessa? Right? Much love. He said, this ain't Minecraft, bro. Oh my god. Yeah. You know why? Oh, these people are funny. So let's actually get into why I'm live today, right? Because look, y'all see, it's like, what is Sky talking about? Right? Right? What is Sky talking about? Why is Sky doing a stream titled that James Gunn Superman is tracking below Man of Steel opening weekend? Right? 12 years later. Oh my god, I almost said something else, bro. I can't I I I can't wait to get into this fucking movie, bro. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get into this this article, right? That Park Place breaks this down, right? And said something that was very, very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Said James Gunn's Superman could lose the Man of Steel in opening weekend box office according to projections. Wow. Right? Not only are we here 12 years later, right, with a Superman that is even more divisive, right? with a Superman film that is of lesser quality, objectively speaking. This is a lesser quality movie that costs double, triple what Man of Steel costs. Crazy, right? But not only after costing double, triple the fucking, you know what I mean? Right? Not only does this film have like triple the budget, but also could open at a lower opening weekend. That is fucking crazy. Let's get into the article. It says 12 years ago, Man of Steel kicked off what would eventually become the Snyderverse with a respectable 128.7 million domestic box office opening weekend for a Superman film. Now, projections for James Gunn's rebooted Superman suggest it may not even reach that benchmark, despite having every modern advantage in its corner. According to new forecasting from Box Office Pro, James Gunn's Superman is expected to open between 115 million to 135 million. But on the low, that shit has even been lowered down to 100 million. Right? But Park Place is going with the most generous example here. Right? Which I don't mind. So cool. Saying, yeah, that may sound comparable to Man of Steel, but the comparison quickly falls apart under scrutiny, especially when you realize Superman could still come in below Cavill's debut before adjusting for inflation. And here we get into the Thursday number shell game. Box Office Pro's forecast makes a critical sleight of hand. It claimed Man of Steel opened to 116 million and uses that figure as a baseline. But here's the problem. That number excludes the 12 million earned from Thursday preview screenings, which were counted separately at the time. The real number, factoring in the full Thursday to Sunday launch for Man of Steel, is 128.7 million. In contrast, the 115 to 135, when it's really 100 or even less, estimate for Gunn's Superman already includes Thursday's previews, which is now standard practice in box office forecasting and has been since 2018. So pretty much since right after Zach was, done with all that, right? Crazy. But they lay it out right here. This is not Sky making this shit up. I know people want to get mad at me and be like, yo, why don't he be talking about this stuff? Why do they keep talking about it? Right? Why do they keep talking about it? See, yeah, Black Adam didn't have a China release, right? Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have to see. Right? Let them know, cool one. Yep. We're secretly screwing the rock behind the scenes. Facts, bro. Right? And we know that now. But it goes on to say, so if Superman opens at 115 million as currently projected, it's not right in line with Man of Steel. It's behind it. Thank you for making that distinction, right? Because people have been capping for this movie, yo. It is so crazy. And we're going to have that discussion later tonight. I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about this film, and you guys are going to see exactly why I feel the way that I feel. And I'm going to be 100% honest, and y'all gonna know exactly why I feel the way that I feel about this film. I don't want to hear shit about no bias, no nothing, because you know, it is what it is, yo. This shit is crazy. Adjusted for inflation, it's a blowout. Once inflation is taken into account, the gap becomes even more painful. Man of Steel's 2013 launch equates to about $174.5 million in 2025 dollars. So for Gunn to truly match the performance of his predecessor in terms of butts and seats, it would need to clear that 174 million bar. As it stands, the new film could come in 40 to 60 million dollars short. Right? Says, could Superman still beat Man of Steel in opening weekend box office? To be fair, if Superman lands at the high end of Box Office Pro's forecast, around 135 million, that would technically top Man of Steel's 128.7 million launch in raw, unadjusted dollars. But that's where the good news stops. Right? As stated before, once adjusted for inflation, Man of Steel's debut equals to about 174.5 million in 2025 dollars, putting even the rosiest Superman estimate $40 million behind. And that's assuming the film even reaches that upper threshold. So while it might take more money in gross dollars and cents, the film would in effect play in front of fewer people than saw Man of Steel. Right? Let them know, Nessa. It's getting to the point where critics are calling other critics out because they see what's going on. They see what we see, Nessa. They all got the same t-shirts on. How y'all expect us to not say y'all shilling and you guys all are wearing the same uniform? This is crazy. Y'all all got the t-shirt on. Y'all was mad because people was putting on that red cap. What about that blue shirt? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so while Warner Brothers and its media allies might declare victory if Superman hits 130 million plus, the reality is more sobering, bro. They look, they're saying they might come out and cap. Right? He said, why they can't let this movie stand on its own without mentioning, bruh, they can't, bruh, Necron. You want to know why they couldn't let it go? And this is all that I'll say about this movie. Because I'm going to do one review of this movie. I'm only doing one. So y'all going to have to deal with that. And the only other conversation, because it has to be split into two parts. Kind of, right? The first part is just the movie in and of itself, right? I want to discuss the movie in and of itself, separate from everything else, right? I really want to just dive into this movie and my problems, or, you know, the things that I thought were great. Yeah, right? So I'm going to dive into that in and of itself, isolated from anything dealing with Zack Snyder. And then we need to have a conversation about James Gunn, because his obsession with Zack Snyder and his fan base is even worse than I thought it was. It is, because it's littered all throughout the fucking movie. It's littered throughout the movie. Littered throughout it. So I'm not surprised that his acolytes cannot move on if that man has not fucking moved on. And just realize, like, hey, man, the people that are fans of Zack, they gonna love his shit regardless. And like, hey, I really should just try to do my own thing and cultivate a new fan base, right? You know what I mean? Or just try to ingratiate myself with them by possibly letting them get some sort of catharsis, right? But no, they chose to not do that, and now we are where we are, right? And we're having conversations like this because these are cold hard facts, right? And they're saying, beating a 12-year-old number on paper isn't the same as meeting the standard in today's economy, especially for a film tasked with launching an entire cinematic universe. And watch this, right? Why it matters. The Snyderverse was a failure. It's no secret that the Snyderverse collapsed, which really was the DCEU post Zack Snyder, right? Despite some passionate fans, the DCEU was plagued by inconsistent storytelling, messy studio interference, divisive direction, and waning audience interest. Right? The franchise ended in a whimper with The Flash and Aquaman 2 limping across the finish line. See how they include all the shit that like came out like post Zack Snyder being gone, right? They're sitting here like, yo, there is no way that you can talk about waning audience interest when Zack was at DC. You just can't make that claim. You cannot make that claim. That is a factually inaccurate claim. Everything was going up. What do you mean waning interest? Wild, bro. Anyway, if James Gunn's clean slate, feel good, critically praised, heavily marketed Superman reboot can't outdo the debut of a film that launched a failed cinematic universe, that's not just ironic, it's a flashing red warning sign. Maybe you just should have finished what the fuck you had going on. Just maybe. Maybe. Right? Because this was the alternative. We kept telling you guys. We kept telling y'all over and over and over again. Hey, man, the alternative isn't going to work. People aren't going to be interested. And then they go bring in one of the goats of making silly comic book movies. And now this shit fails. And they're like, I wonder why. I mean, maybe it's just a red flag, that DC overall, maybe it's just comic book movies, guys. Crazy. He said waning. The interest is still there. Exactly. 10 years plus of waning. Exactly, bro. Said waning interest when ZSJL was a global phenomenon and outperformed in-game streams in China. Facts, bro. Wild, but it's waning. You see what I mean? The only way that you can fit waning audience interest into that statement is if you are including the DCEU movies after Zack left. That's the only way. Crazy. Right? Context. Here's how other modern Superman films stack up in terms of opening box office, not adjusted for inflation. Batman v Superman, 166. Right? Is that fucking waning right there, bro? Right? Excuse me. Let me know. Ain't that still the biggest opening for a fucking DC movie to this day? Has any movie topped that in DC? Or is Batman vs Superman still the biggest opening weekend? Waning interest. Fucking Blu-ray goes #1 for like weeks and weeks and weeks or months or whatever, right? And they want to sit here and talk about waning interest. Toys still sell out in minutes to this day. And you're talking about waning interest? He said it was WB giving us Birds of Prey, Shazam, and Blue Beetle before it's Justice. Right? Crazy. She said waning. No, it's sunny outside. Yeah, I mean, said it. You want the numbers? Yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, Batman vs Superman is still the biggest opening DC movie. If I'm not mistaken, right? Man of Steel 128.7, Justice League 93.8. Mind you, that is a butchered movie that was given a 2-hour mandate, and they fired the director and redid the entire movie. That is not Zack Snyder's Justice League. That is universally known as the better version. Universally regarded. So it made damn near $100 million on a compromised movie. Tell me I'm lying. Right? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, thank you, Mama Bear. Right? Civilization on the wane, manners out the window. Says Chimera with the $5. Was that Australian? I guarantee after the flops, they'll try a 2-week trial of CSJL Global Cinema release soon and watch it make 100 million more in the global Fight Club. Crazy, bruh. All they need to do is drop that movie, and they know that it's gonna make bread, right? Let me go ahead and let me give you this drop, yo. Let me find a drop for you real quick.
You see this all the time at the level of the top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
Yeah. Said, what about the Amazon previews? What? Nah, I'm pretty sure that they're going to include that. You know what I mean? Pretty sure. Which, if it still don't reach it, it's going to be crazy, bro. Right? We just reading this article. Superman Returns open with 52. Right? Says only Justice League and Superman Returns open lower, and both came with serious baggage. Justice Yes, Justice League was a Frankenstein of two directors and behind the scenes chaos. Superman Returns was a nostalgia piece sequel to a movie that didn't exist yet, that never resonated. Gunn's Superman is being billed, or on the other hand, is being billed as a start of something bold and new, yet it might struggle to crack even 120 million. Right? And then they talking about Jurassic World Rebirth outperforming. Man, look, this shit, Jurassic World Rebirth is way better than Superman. This is real talk. Like, this is not me just saying this because of whatever or any bias. It's just a better movie. It's just better. It's just better. I'm sorry, but it's just better. Right? Said watched Superman is terrible. Bruh, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna talk about that later tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is wild. This is wild, yo. I'm gonna return to my question that I've been asking, and that nobody seems to be able to give me an answer for, right? If we did all of this reshoots and retconning and rebooting, if we did all these things, right? They've been fucking with Zach since Man of Steel and well before that, right? We got to a point where they butchered movies, they did all this shit, right? And now you can have a Superman movie that is the literal culmination of everything that they've been trying to do. They've been trying to Marvelize DC for 10 years, and they actually did it. They actually did it. Right? They actually fucking Marvelized DC after all this time, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. And if it opens to less money than Man of Steel did, and if it makes less money than Man of Steel did, what was all this shit for? Right? What was all of this for? You know? Hey, you got people in the chat telling me that they ain't even trying to make money. If they saying, hey, social media, people talking about it, you know, just as good as box office. Just as good. Right? Let's see. Yep. Disney finally made a Superman. Yep. They finally made one. Finally made one. Some bozo convinced another bozo he could do better. Chimera said it's for the so-called comic accurate fans. This ain't even comic accurate. Bruh, Pa and Ma Kent, we gonna get into that later. Bruh, you can't pull that on me. I lived in Kansas. I was stationed in Kansas for years. Fort Riley. Look it up. Fort Riley is in Kansas. Right? In between Junction City and Manhattan. You know what I mean? Right over there by K-State. Look it up. Manhattan, Kansas, known as the Little Apple. They have a fucking Wizard of Oz museum out there that I never went to. Look it up. Somebody in the chat, look it up right now. Like I lived in Kansas. You cannot try to fool me with people from Kansas that sound nothing like Kansas. You sound like fucking Kentucky or some shit. Wow. Right? But hey, you know, but back to that question though. What was this all for? Right? Was it really like you guys say, like does social media chatter equal box office nowadays? Is that the new model for Hollywood? They're saying, hey, we're going to spend all this money to have just people talking about the movie, right? It don't got to sell no merchandise, right? I mean, I can understand if they was going to say, yo, we're trying to make him be this influential figure, right? So it don't necessarily have to, make a bunch of money in a box office, but we can make that up in like toy sales and people talking about it, right? And looking at it and wanting to cool, we can put all the influencers in Superman shirts and have them all out on the internet talking about the movie at the same time. And maybe that'll get people to, buy in, right? Said it was for the DC Marvel crossover. Thank you, Integrity. Said any Bollywood influence on Superman, bruh. Hey, man, look, I'm gonna get into it. This man, yo, said serviceable man. Action figures are rotting on the shelves at Walmart. Hey, I used to work at Target too, so I know what it looked like when shit ain't selling. And we just be having to like leave it out there and not even restock it, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like, man, you getting all this other stuff in, and you're like, but I gotta leave this Superman shit out. Like, where am I gonna put this? It's like, gotta leave it out there though, right? Some poor sap will come walking up after a while, you know what I mean? Hey, I saw my favorite content creator wearing one of these shirts, Oh my god, bro. He said, of course there's Bollywood influence. Gunn absolutely loves Bollywood and Indian culture. And then W. Mayer says an Indian man gets shot in the movie. So, well, come on, bro. Bruh. Oh my god. And that scene, bro, was this shit is so bad, man. I think I told Austin, I was like, yo, surprisingly, it's even worse than I thought it was going to be. And it's been undersold how bad this movie is. Like, never mind. Let me see. I knew I wasn't going to be able to like get out of here without, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all a little something. I'm about to get out of here pretty soon because I let these see, because I'm already giving away my thoughts, right? Y'all put your last questions and comments down at the bottom. I will be back here a little later tonight. Said that scene was so out of place. What was he thinking putting that in the movie? Bruh, it is a bunch of stuff that it's like, what the hell? And I thought my copy was tripping. And then I just noticed after a while, I was like, no, he just edited this movie like a fucking 12-year-old. I almost said like a 12-year-old. Oh my God. He said, is this a movie of personal grievances? Bro, I'm being so honest, yo. That man has issues, dog. Like, he has a real hard on for the Snyder fans, man. It's sad, bro. Like, it's so many parts throughout this movie where I was just like, who is he talking to right now? And like it's so many like self inserts, bro. And yeah, that part with the Apollo, the end, bro. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, see. He said, bro, people are overlooking Gunn labeling haters as Indians. Filmmakers love putting hidden meanings in their films. The monkeys are 100% hidden meaning for Indians in his subconscious. Let us know. Bro, that is not what the monkeys represent, Chimera. It's not, bro. It's not, bro. It's not. Bro, I'm answering spoiler questions in the first stream, bro. No, I'm answering spoiler questions in the first stream tonight, though. No, y'all don't understand. I'm not playing. Like, I'm doing one like full review of this movie, and the second stream is really just us talking about the fucking mental state of this man. Because it deserves an entire stream by itself. His mental state in this movie. No, man. No. Can't do it. You can't do it. Right? Big Punk says, mind you, I didn't like Snyder's Superman. I'm more of a Reeves Superman guy, but man, it's still looking like a masterpiece compared to this. And look, that's why I'm not tripping. I'm just gonna, Big Punk, I'm just gonna be here to welcome you guys with open arms, right? Because we're here to say, we told y'all. like, yo, man, going in the goofy, kind of route, like it's not gonna work nowadays. And what happened is people needed to give the Superman time, bro. Because while we were expecting the Superman that we knew from the comic books, we were gonna get that. We just needed to see him go through some stuff. And he did the opposite with Batman, right? He had Batman so far down the line that he had become what he had always fought, right? And then he had to go through that redemptive phase, right? To get back to where he was before we met him, which would have been the Batman, right? At his peak or whatever. Peak mental prowess and at his peak moral prowess, right? But no, let me tell y'all, Chimera, let me explain to you, because I don't want to just say that the monkeys wasn't about Indians and then not say why. Let me tell you why. Right? Let me tell you why. Okay. And I am gonna add what I think should be proof, but you tell me. Right? So oops. Because of the way StreamYard works, I don't have one of these pictures loaded up, but the people in the chat can definitely confirm that this happened. Wasn't just me making it up, right? So 1000% it is confirmed that James Gunn knows about this platform and us over here and what we do, the Cool Table, the Syndicate Network, 1000%. And this is confirmed for a few reasons. One, there were some tweets liked from his personal account, his verified Twitter, back when you could still see when likes when they were still visible on, hey, if so and so liked this post, you would be able to see it. James Gunn liked several posts going at me personally by name and the homie Leon and the rest of the Cool Table, which would evolve into the Syndicate Network and beyond, right? So first he likes these tweets, right? Then there's a whole bunch of other stuff with him kind of going at one of our homies known as Mikey Sutton. He went at his website. Very public thing that happened when he went after Geekosity and called him a liar, right? Mikey Sutton used to be on my show all the time, right? So 100%. So once again, he knows me, people around me, all these different things, right? Then us over here at the Cell Movement, we create the Sell ZSJL and Sell Snyderverse to Netflix campaign, right? After Henry Cavill's fired. We go out there, we start having these conversations with Netflix. It immediately goes viral. Immediately. Within 24 hours of me saying that first hashtag on stream on, what was that, January 3rd? I think it was 2023, right? Within 24 hours of me saying that hashtag for the first time, it goes viral. Within 2-3 days, it already has a Forbes article written about it. After a few more days after that, there's 2 Forbes articles written about it. Everything just keeps kind of snowballing, and we've, gotten answers from head of Netflix Film, as Zack Snyder, gotten his blessings, right? I mean, all this stuff, right? So it's just snowball, right? But not only, right, is it 1000% true that, I'm the one that came up with the first hashtag, and that we're the ones that, have been carrying this whole thing out, right? James Gunn addressed us, right, publicly, right? Addressed us publicly. Said it was the wackiest hashtag that he had ever heard of, right? So this is him directly speaking to us. So how does this all make sense, right? So we've been a thorn in his side ever since this campaign has become an issue, or has become a thing and even existed. He has liked tweets going at us in the past personally. And then here he is addressing us once again. And then we get a movie with monkeys tweeting hashtags to make Superman look bad. No. Hashtag super shit. He really thought it was, and then there's a line. Yeah, 2 hashtags. It's super shit and secret harem. That was the second one. It was super shit and secret harem, right? So not only are they tweeting hashtags, but they're using 2. Oh my God. Just like we say in the ROEs every day. Every time I come on stream, I say, hey, it's just these 2 hashtags. Please don't mix them. Right? Oh nah, man. Yeah. And also, I got a little bit of behind the scenes information back when this movie was still in its inception and it was being made. Lex Luthor was gonna be black. Woo-wee. Oh my God. Crazy. Both creators of Cell are black. 100%. 100%. But he said they had ROEs as well, right? Crazy, Saint Havoc. It was wild. But yeah, nah. That guy said Flex Luthor. Yo, it was so many moments, man. I'm sitting there watching this movie, and I'm like, this motherfucker is talking about us. I'm like, this is wild. When Superman is giving it, never mind. Look. Yeah, man, he said Flex. Mama Bear said she'd have been okay with Flex Luthor though, 100%. Right? Yeah, no, 100%. Lex Luthor was almost black. I'm pretty sure that somebody told him, like, yo, James, look, bro, you can't be that on the nose. You can't have like the biggest thorn in your side be this campaign ran by this black guy that you have people around your office referring to as the mastermind, and then you make a Superman movie and all of a sudden Lex Luthor's black. Bruh, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, when we talk about this movie, bro, it was so many stand-ins for us, bro. It was crazy. That little speech he gave at the end was insane. I was like, bro, this guy is crazy. He said Gunn fuming because he doesn't like ZSM's leadership. It's crazy. Bruh, he put us in the movie, dog. We're in the movie. He put us in the movie, bro. I don't think people understand. You understand the delusion? Bro, Mr. Terrific has a line where he says, that's why you don't create a pocket universe. I was like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious, bro? Are you telling us about creating a pocket universe in the movie? Oh my God, bro. He said, Monkeys, Mastermind, Lieutenant, the producer, Heavy Metal Comic. This is crazy. He said, you brought that dog, man. No, he said, that's why you don't create a pocket universe. I was like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, are you serious? See, he also had to bring up grooming in the movie. Look, this guy, man, I don't know. Look, we're going to get to that stuff later. You know what I mean? Let's get the members minutes, man. No, actually, no. We're going to do members minutes later. I'm going to let them build up because I don't want to do it twice. Because we're definitely going to come back and have a conversation, yo. You know, oh my God. He said all of these gun bots fuck around and find out moments for him. My condolences. Hey, it's wild, Joe. He said, notice his Adam Warlock and Supergirl look the same. Crazy, bruh. She called Superman a bitch, bro. I need you guys to understand that. She called Superman a bitch. Like, what is going on? He said toy collector vibes in the film, apparently. Bruh, maximum toy collector vibes. So much so, he has a moment where he looks at Crypto and goes, get the toy. And I was like, I was like, did anybody else feel creeped out by that? I'm like, bro, do I need to? I'm like, like, bro, I need a shower, bro. I need a shower and a blanket, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when they, like on Law and Order, after they be finding people, they go over and they put that blanket on them and they be handing them like some tea and shit. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, get the toy. I was like, no, Crypto, don't go get the toy, bro. I don't know, don't go get the toy, bro. Like, it almost sound like, go get the GIMP. like, nah, bro. No, bro. Look, and Trey just said, man, I just gotta know, is the Jor-El grape thing true? Bruh, you know what's crazy, man? It's weird when you can't even trust what people are saying. I've seen people, bruh, I legit had somebody in my fucking chat telling me that a huge platform said that the hashtag shit is not in the movie. And it totally fucking is. I've had so many people tell me, hey, man, that the Ben Affleck Batman shit is, hey, he's in the post-credit scene. It's not true. I mean, so many people say, yo, Henry Cavill was Ultraman. It's not true. I have people still trying to say that Jor-El shit ain't true, and it absolutely is, bro. Jor-El was wild. He said Jor-El watched too much Invincible. He said Omni-Man Jor-El. Yo, it's wild. It's wild. Look, no. Don't get to that stuff. I'm gonna delve into that later. I do have a stream, but yo, I'm just saying, it's crazy. It is not a kids movie. It's all kind of stuff with Jimmy Olsen, all kind of innuendo, bruh. He said, oh dear, hide your kids, hide your wife. Yo, hashtag secret harem. They run around talking about harems. We got Super Diddy sending Superman to the world. Man, this is crazy, yo. Said the monkey said Gunn Superman is snatching people up. Facts, yo. Man, I can't wait to talk about this movie, yo. Man. He said, why does Jimmy Olsen look like he just, bro? Oh my God, bro. What about, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Floyd Lawton with the $20 super chat saying a dub for the double feature. Drop that drop if we got time. Bruh. You know we got time, bruh. You know we got time, bro. We always got time for that, bro.
Hold on, Dre. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. I see dead people.
Hey, it on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many I really got? Mean it's too many options. Finish pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him. Extra shit, bully devouring him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hammy down. And party at the party playing with his notes now. And Papa got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. Drop, fuck him up. I'ma do my stuff. Why you calling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably...
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Yeah. Philip Stevens says, so we know enough about Jor-El. How was Laura portrayed? Man, bro, look, I'm going to get into that later, bro. I promise, bro. I promise, bro. Chimera says, Sky, what about how easily the public just flip-flop on Superman? Bro, look, okay, I got a question, y'all. Let's just say you're out and you live in Metropolis, right? Superman is the guy there, right? He's been helping y'all out this whole time, you know what I mean? Everything's going peachy. Superheroes and metahumans are like a regular thing. You don't really be tripping, right? So much so that some people ain't even really tripping when all types of crazy stuff is even going on, you know, around him. They still sitting there eating, and it's a kaiju fight going on, right? Let's say that's happening, and Superman saves y'all lives, and then y'all start cheering for him and everything. And then all of a sudden, you see a billboard that says, yo, Superman is a liar, or like something, right? And it's like breaking news, Superman is a liar. Would you immediately turn on Superman? Like, I'm talking about with no context, just looking at a billboard right after he saved your life. A billboard with no context just says, yo, Superman's a liar. And then you're going to be like, who is this guy? Hey, bro. Oh my God, this movie's so bad. Yo. He said, pedal gun at the helm. Now there are prostitutes, drunk Supergirl, and bitch in a Superman movie for the first time in all of history. Crazy. Super breeding, super Diddy. Oh man. Said the Jor-El thing is crazy. The first image of Superman is him falling from the sky, and then him being bruised, broken. Yeah, no. Look, I'm gonna talk about it very soon. Said it's a very sinister film when you look closer. Oh, it's absolutely sinister. Right? And yes, you could tell. Right? Yeah, but anyway, we about to close this out because we will be back later tonight with that Superman review, and we're gonna discuss it. You know what I mean? He said, "Who would have thought the most obvious pedo in Hollywood history would make a creepy perv movie?" Yo, it was certain stuff. I'm like, bro, why are we discussing this in a Superman movie, bro? What? Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about this movie. Yo, we're gonna be back later on, yo. You know what I mean? Y'all have a good one. We're gonna see y'all in a few hours. Peace.
Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. Do you think James Gunn rebooted the universe properly?
This answer your question.
Oh my God! James Gunn.
Okay, Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Woo!